People of power, welcome to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose. And if you're tuning in for the first time, guys, this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. So it's a different kind of ministry, and I'm also a different kind or different type of minister. For more information about what I mean by those two things, please stay tuned to the end of the video. But for now, welcome one, welcome all. I value all of you guys whose hearts are in the right place. And without further ado, we're going to get right off into today's topic. Let's see how brief I can be, guys. We're going to be talking about, what color are you? That's a direct and simple enough question. Chosen ones, people of power, what color are you? You know, that matters. That literally matters. We're going to be talking about that today, guys. And as I unpeel or unpack this topic, you're going to realize that it's actually a rhetorical question. But I want to lead into that by digressing back to the original point, the original question. And we're going to temporarily suspend the fact that ultimately it's a rhetorical question. We're going to put that on hold for a second. And right now I'm just going to ask you, what's your color? What color are you? In this world, in this day, in this time, where we have somehow been bamboozled collectively into this false notion that, oh, I don't see color. Oh, really? So then that means you can't see your way down the street. You can't see yourself around the apartment. Because everywhere you go in this life, you see color. So what are we talking about? Your color matters. And don't let nobody tell you that it doesn't. People of power, chosen one, my fellow members of the 144,000. Your color matters, man. So again, I'm going to ask, what color are you? You see all these different colors in society. You look in the mirror every day. You go to sleep with yourself every night. You wake up with yourself every day. You be with yourself all day. You don't go nowhere without yourself. You know what color you are. Are you of this color? This color that says, hey, you should be this way. Because this is the narrative that's been established when it comes to people that are your color. You should be this way. That's what's expected of you. That's what everybody thinks about you. You should be this way. Or you're a different color, and you should be that way, because the narrative that's been painted about you is different than the narrative of those people over there, and so forth and so on. Red, white, yellow, black, brown. We've all been labeled, packaged, and categorized. This is what you can expect from people that are this color. This is what you can expect from people that are that color, and so forth and so on. So what color are you? Again, I'm going to see how brief I can be with this particular message. See, we've all been taught that based on color, this is what you can expect. This color of people, they're not so good. They're lazy. They're violent. This color of people are the most hardest working people on the planet. This color of people, they're the most intelligent people on the planet. This color of people, they're the most mean, rotten people on the planet. What color are you? Because ultimately we get to this point where we realize don't none of those colors amount to a half of a hill of wet, soggy bean hulls. Not wet, soggy beans. Wet, soggy bean skins. They don't amount to a half a hill of those. If the lockdown, the so-called pandemic, didn't teach us anything, it definitely taught us that, or at least it should have. Those of us who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Because when the lockdown came, they locked us all down. They didn't say this color of people that's labeled as this, they have to be locked down more. And this group of people, because they're the hardest worker, they're labeled as the most hardest workers, they get locked down a little bit less. And these people that are labeled as both being the most mean and rotten people on the planet while simultaneously the best people on the planet, you don't need me to fill in the blank about all these different colors that these narratives have been established for. These that are considered the worst, most violent, cruel people on the planet, they've done this and yet they're simultaneously the best people on the planet. Let's not lock them down at all. BS. These people over here, the most smartest, the most intellectually gifted people on the planet, well, let's just maybe lock them down every other day. BS. They locked everybody down equally. Same amount of time. Everybody was mandated to get that same poke. You know what the poke is. Everybody was mandated to wear those face masks. You understand that? So those colors didn't and don't amount to a half hill of wet, soggy bean skins, bean holes. And for those of you that might be thinking, oh, I know where Minister Mongoose is going with this. He's going to say what we already know. And even though when I reveal the truth about, once I bring the fact that this is a rhetorical question, once I bring it full circle, it's going to be just as obvious as what you're thinking now. Yeah, Minister Mongoose he's finna say what we all know, and that is the only color that matters is green. That's the only color that matters. We know that. We've been on this planet long enough. We've seen how it works. They don't care if you're white, red, yellow, black, or brown. They only care if you got the greenbacks in your pocket, in your wallet, in your bank account. Aha! Spoiler alert, Mr. Mongoose, Minister Mongoose, we know the answer. Those colors don't matter. The only color that matters is the color of green. And it's that frame of thinking that would leave me with no other alternative than to say that you are incorrect. Green isn't the color that matters either. You don't believe me? Ask Martha Stewart. Ask Bill Cosby. Ask all the other countless superstars and athletes and millionaires across the board. Ask the Epstein guy. Ask P. Diddy. All these people got greens. That green didn't stop them when them people wanted to lay hands on them, when the powers that be wanted to tear them up, tear them down, chew them up and spit them out. All the greenbacks in the world couldn't help them. So it's not about green either. So I'm going to ask you again, what color are you? Because the only two colors that matters is the color of light and darkness. Light and darkness, people. And this is a color, as we all know, transcends, it supersedes, it overrides red, white, yellow, brown, black, and even green. The color of one's heart is all that matters. And in today's day and times, a line has been drawn. And one either has a light heart or a dark heart. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Doesn't matter what color you see when you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you see a high quality human being or not. When you lay in your bed at night on your way to sleep, in your heart, you know if you were foul, rude, disrespectful, lustful, greedy, full of hatred. You know that. And you know that when you wake up in the morning if you have those things. And you know also if you did your absolute very best to walk in, to submit to, and to illuminate and highlight love, compassion, tolerance, kindness, forgiveness, and some of the other things as well, like courage and boldness and confidence and faith. You know the color of your heart. Because the good book says we will know a tree by the fruits that it bears. And so when you look in the mirror, when you go to bed at night, when you wake up in the morning, when you're going through your work day, you know what kind of fruits you're bearing. Good, clean, wholesome, or rotten, dark, and unclean. These are the only two colors that matters. We have entered into a spiritual age, guys. The apocalypse has taken place. All these things that we were reading in the Bible and all these other religious doctrines and teachings, we've been reading them since we were kids. Our parents were reading them since they were kids. And their parents, and so on. And now the time has arrived. The apocalypse, the unveiling, has taken place. And in this spiritual world that we now exist in, where you can affect the world around you positively and or negatively, based on that heart, that light, loving heart, or that dark, polluted heart. And so that's the rhetorical question being made clear. Because if you, remember I said more than a couple of times, chosen ones, people of power, members of the 144,000, I put you guys out there specifically. I referred to you guys specifically, intentionally, Because if you are amongst this rare yet potent group of individuals, you already know what color you are. Your heart is light. It's not dark. It's not molded. It's not stained. Have you always been perfect? No. Have I always been perfect? Absolutely not. Capital not. But have we been healed? He says, take of my yoke and you will be made clean as the pure driven snow. Your sins will be blotted out. So all the things that we may have did in the past that may have scarred us, left scar tissue, damage, whatever, we've been purified. Our hearts are clean. Not because we got more knowledge, not because we, in and of itself, stopped sinning, but because of His grace, we have been made pure and clean, like the driven snow. And you know that your heart is light. Conversely, you also know when you come across these people and you know their color. Dark. Doesn't matter what color their skin is. Doesn't matter what's in their bank account, their education level, their political views, the upbringing, the mistakes of the past. You can feel what color they are. And that's the only color that matters. So as I begin to bring today's message to a close, let me call on, let me very constructively challenge my spiritual family members to show your colors. To show your colors. Your love, your joy, your confidence, your modesty. Show your colors. Stop letting people look at you and say, oh, he or she is that color. Yeah, we already know, we got to read on them already. The news, the media, in vogue society, whatever. History books, they've told us what we can expect from that color, that color, that color. BS. Show them the only color that truly matters. And every time they come around you trying to classify you, you let them know, hey, listen, classify me according to this. You know what your color are. You know what your color is. So that was a rhetorical question all along. I wanted to put that out there, guys, because we do carry this light heart. And this light heart, carrying this light heart in these dark times, we have to refuse to yield to outside noise, outside pressures, inside noise. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We all get those inside noises. Hey, you know what? He deserved that. He treated you wrong. She treated you wrong. Yeah, go ahead. Slice his tire. Go ahead. Spit in her juice when she ain't looking. Yeah, go ahead. Put the banana peel in a place where they ain't gonna see it coming down the steps. They deserve that. Remember how they treated you? Seeking to penetrate, seeking to infiltrate the light heart that you carry, the light heart that's within you. So I challenge you, respectfully, and constructively. I challenge you to refuse to yield, to refuse to do anything other than to show your color. You got love, share it. You got optimism, you got confidence, you got information, wisdom, you got compassion, share it. Put it on display. And maybe, just maybe, by the power, by the will of this thing that we call God, when you put your color on display, you may just draw some of these people out of their dark heart. They may say, hey, you know what? I want a heart like that. I want to shine like that. I want confidence like that. I want humbleness like that. I want that kind of wisdom. I want that kind of self-control, self-discipline. I want that. Another term for this, as you know, is called winning souls. Win souls for the kingdom. The kingdom of light. Because again, the kingdom of darkness has, just overrun most people. But you're here to lead. And you lead by that light, the color of your heart. Clean, bright, vibrant, illuminated, shining, glowing. That's the color of your heart. Brighter than 1,000 suns, and with colors that the coloring book, the coloring pencils and crayons, they can't come together and splice them all together. They still wouldn't be able to come up with the color of the brilliance and the magnitude of the color of your heart. Let it shine, guys. Let it shine. Now, that's at 23 minutes. I think I did pretty good in terms of timing. But I wanted you guys to know that, man. Don't walk around here judging people. We've all been indoctrinated. We've all have, different stigmas and stereotypes that, we've been, again, indoctrinated to say, hey, this is how I view these people. This is how I view those people based on their color. But we've transcended that now. And we're looking at the only two colors that matter. The color of light and the color of darkness. He walks with you guys. And to be more precise, he walks within you. That's what I got, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who aren't familiar with the channel, as I mentioned earlier, this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. This ministry is promoting mental, physical, and spiritual health and wellness. This ministry provides you with real-world services that are designed to help you achieve this goal of holistic health and wellness. If any of that sounds interesting to you, then I invite you to watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. That's going to talk about all the different services, explain to you what they consist of, how they're implemented, and how they can be beneficial to you and your loved ones. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry that's located at mountfitnessmbs.com. And if you're interested in any of the services, hit the email link I'll leave down in the description box. I'd love the opportunity to speak with you further about these services. I'll pivot ever so slightly, guys, and request that you guys please do me a personal courtesy, which is to watch a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. The reason why this is so important to me, guys, is because every person that familiarizes themselves with my story, every person that watched those videos, then it allows me to fulfill my God, or one of my God-given responsibilities, and that is to glorify him. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here, period. I wouldn't be here, guys. And if you're one of those individuals, or if you think people out there that may need to hear that, if you're one of those individuals and you are okay with getting a courtesy reminder that, hey, he's still on the throne. He's still performing miracles. He's still in control of it all. If he did it for me, he'll do it for anybody. And I mean absolutely anybody. If he did it for me. If you like being reminded of some of those type of things, then please watch that video. Again, it's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. And please hit the share button on that particular video as well, if you would, please. That's what I got for you guys, man. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. I do believe that that's everything. I believe I mentioned the physical fitness branch of the ministry. If you got value out of today's message, then that's a clear indication to you that others can also get value out of today's message. So then now that means it's up to you. If you received value, then it's time for you to share that value. Start by hitting the share button, guys, please. It would mean a great deal to me and this ministry, and it may mean even more to the person that receives this the moment that you share it. If the Holy Spirit moves you to do so, then follow that up by hitting the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, the bell icon for notifications, and subscribing to the channel if you aren't already subscribed. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to show your thanks, your support, generosity towards this ministry, I'm going to leave a Cash App link down in the description box. And please remember, if you send $1, if you send $100, you're still going to send a powerful message out to the universe that says you are in alignment with this belief. And you will also receive the abundant harvest that this thing we call God has promised you. So that you can be sure. Thank you guys again for all the love and all of the support. I value each and every one of you guys and every ounce of love and support that you pour back into this ministry. I thank you guys whose hearts are in the right place. I honor you guys. Reach out if I can be of any service to you, and always remember that regardless to what's going on, I'm not making light of any of it, but regardless to what's going on, you are anointed to make sure that your mind, your body, and your spirit remains as healthy, as beautiful, and as vibrant as possible. This ministry has been anointed to help you achieve such a task. Reach out if I can be of assistance to you. Thank you guys again. I love you all whose hearts are in the right place. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.